It's Wednesday, time for our weekly trip to the new zoo. Neil Anderson joins us again from Swamico. Good morning, Neil.
Well, good morning, guys. We're inside with the giraffes, and of course we're talking about lightning and how lightning affects animals. Now, one of the things that you can do in the zoo is, and of course in our case, what we end up doing is we keep all our animals indoors where we can. We want to make sure that they have safe refuge from lightning or potential lightning strikes. One thing that parks do, and he's just loving hanging out this morning. But one thing that parks do is they'll go ahead and put lightning rods throughout the parks. And especially, if you see parks that have like a large safari area where you have these guys out on the plains with other animals, what you will find out is that they'll put a lot of lightning rods out. Now, the lightning rods are not only for the public, to go ahead and have an alternative lightning strike area, but it is also to help save guys like this out on there. Now, back in 2003, unfortunately, animals do get hit in parks as well as out in the wild. 2003, a giraffe was hit at Disney's Safari Park down in Orlando, and Betsy, her name was Betsy, and Betsy was killed because, unfortunately those things happen anytime an animal is outside. But one of the things you've got to kind of take into account is, like I said, not only lightning rods, the whole topography of your park, even, down to the point, what's the rock underneath your park. I can tell you this, is I worked at a park in Wildlife Prairie Park, Illinois, which was down near Peoria. And we had an elk actually got hit by lightning. We had a lightning storm that came through and got hit by lightning, and the lightning came down one antler, and it just, dropped the animal. And the one thing what had happened in that, and that was a large 78-acre exhibit, is previously, about 3-4 years before that, a bison was hit in the same spot. And what had happened is, in that particular area, there's rock underneath that area that really was conducive in conducting the electricity. So you got to remember what happens with animals is when, even if they're in a herd, when lightning hits and it spreads across the ground, the animals that are even next to it, you can have a lot of animals that can be killed. And one of the other techniques that animals will use, which is pretty smart, is that if they are in a herd, is they keep on the move. Because when you're on the move, you got your feet up and off the ground at times. What happens then is usually you only have one animal in the herd if it's a direct lightning strike, and not the rest of the herd that would be killed. So with that, back to you guys.